guys. I worry about you guys. What's going on, guys? You guys doing all right? But each one has like 2 sections. Say what? Say again? No. I like that question. That was a quick question. I like it. Good try. You got to try, right? Let us use our books. No. Let us work in groups on the test, Jeff. Come. No. So,
It's on Tuesday, right?
you might as well ask. Yes. Huh? One more practice test? No. No. You have a whole book of questions that I did not assign that you can then go do and do the odd ones because then the answers.
Homework, like, is not concerned much on the practice. I mean, it's concerned, but not.
So again, I love you guys. There's an idea, always. And there's multiple ways of looking at or constructing problems with that idea. The more you use that idea in different ways, the more you understand the idea. That's why I have no problem with the fact that homework sounds different, is put together different than what I do. Because then you have to really understand the idea to do them, not just get into this, oh, I put this here and this here and this here and I'm done. It's like, you got to understand the idea behind these things. And that's what I'm always trying to do, and that's what you guys probably hate the most, is when I'm like, here's where this comes from. Oh, shit. Just tell us what it is, man. But I don't care what you want. I'm going to give you what you need. I don't know what's in this thing. I remember as I splashed myself, my philosophy teacher had this cup, and later I realized that it was all wavy above it, which meant that it had alcohol in it. And I'm like, oh. That's why philosophy makes sense to this guy. So, look out for that, kids. So you guys, anybody going, I've heard some things. We're going to, at a math department meeting tomorrow, we're going to discuss, one thing we're going to discuss is some of the tutors not tutoring some things quite right. One of them is statistics. Some teachers just use a calculator and you can just take the numbers off the screen. And some of you guys are like, who was that? Why couldn't I take them? Why did I take this funky ass dude? Buttons and numbers don't mean shit, right? You get through the class and you don't understand anything. And even if that's not important to you, it's important to me. So the tutors are supposed to know to look at notes and to get a little backup of what the teacher does and then tutor from that standpoint. I've heard that most of the tutors are just showing people how to do like binomial CDF, which I didn't even talk about, right? But it's actually on your calculator handout if you want to do it, you can check your answers. That's never going to be good enough for me, ever. Push the button and get a number, yes.
It's also the textbook too.
I know, yeah, I don't care. So it's great to know how to check your work, but when you set up that formula, you continuously reminded what goes into that number.
Yeah.
That's the idea. So remember, if you're like really far behind in your homework, your goal now is to not do every problem. It is to do every like third problem or something. Make sure you get problems from every section attempted. Because otherwise you're going to guarantee you're going to die on the problems you didn't do any of course. That only makes sense. If you're having a ton of trouble on the homework, why am I not getting more people in my office hours? Number one. Number two, why aren't you all going for tutoring? Right? They still help, even if they need some help themselves. Right? They still help. And number three, why aren't you like asking, anybody know about Khan Academy, for example? They do have some statistics. You can also just go to YouTube and type in normal distribution probabilities, and you can just find somebody. There'll be a ton of freaking videos, and you can just, if you find somebody that makes sense, then you go to their channel and see what else they got. It's a whole different world nowadays. Oh, Jeff, it's a whole different world. But you know, back when I was in class, you know, back in the Stone Ages, the internets didn't quite exist yet. Oh yeah, kids. We didn't have so many resources. We had to actually go to Barnes and Noble and get study guides and shit, which you still can do. You can get study guides. Not even just Statistics for Dummies. They got that one, but that one's always a little bit like,
No, it works.
yeah, they're actually good, but it's a little bit like, you're judging me? You don't know me, book. But there's a ton of other freaking study guides, and they have example problems, and they have explanations. And if you come into a class and you think everything's supposed to come while you're in that class, you've got to stop thinking that. That's insane. I can only do so much with you in a class, right? It's like going to take a guitar class and never touching your guitar until you're in class. You're not going to do very good, right? I'm sorry. I'll stop preaching at you guys. I'm just trying to figure out, you guys seem a little extra depressed today. Normally you're more talkative. Am I oppressive? You don't have to answer that. That's okay. Well, yeah, man. Yeah, shut up. All right. Anything else you want to talk about? Is this awkward? What's wrong with me? Yes.
I forgot to answer your question about the quiz.
Yeah.
1C.
Yeah. So everybody had. You know this is going to be on the test.
Yes.
In some form. Like if I said find P17 or something. What does that mean? 17th percentile. Here's a funky thing. I want you to think about what I'm about to say. I always want you to think about what I say, but this sheet is a sheet of percentiles. What do I mean by that? If you look up 1.04, you get 0.8508. So 1.04 z-score is the 85th percentile because it has 85% below it. So the sheet is actually, you can look at it as a bunch of percentiles because it's telling me area below. So P17, what would that look like in a normal curve? Where would it be?
Be the left side of the
Down here, because it's supposed to only have,
7%.
yeah. And don't write that there because it looks like a z-score. You know it's an area. It's a percentage. So then where are you going to look for 0.17? In the body, right? And you're going to look out to figure out what the z-score is.
I was just going to ask, how do you know if you want
Oh,
a z-score or x value?
all right. So this would be in a problem where A was the probably z greater than 1 and B was probably a z is between whatever. Bunch of z shit. And I didn't say anything about a mean and a standard deviation, right? Then I could ask something like, find the time that represents the 58th percentile.
But you would need a
And then it would have been in a problem with times. I would have had to tell you the average time, standard deviation time. Yeah, we've seen those kind of problems. Okay. So I don't know. What do you guys get? Anybody looking at it? 0.17. Uh-oh. It's not 0.017. It's 0.17.
Oh, it's a negative.
0.1700. There it is, negative 0.95, yes.
Where's the quiz? So you got a different quiz than me. You got a different
I
one.
think,
That's why.
so we didn't get their quiz back.
57. See? Two different quizzes.
It's everybody's sweet. Oh shit, I took the wrong way.
So that's just the answer though? You looked up the z-score?
Yeah, so the question really is, what z-score is in the 17th percentile? So that's the z-score in the 17th percentile. If this would have been in a problem where the mean is 11, the standard deviation is 2, and I said find the score that's in the 17th percentile, you would have had to go further and make it into an actual time or whatever it was.
I got a question on the practice test number 5B. Like, what if the question was like, are you gonna ask a question that asks like probability of like at least like 23 or like maximum like 25? Like, how would you solve those?
So, on that problem, it was 24 people, right? 24 people. 24 people, right?
Yeah.
So that question was, there's probably X is less than
That was less than 22.
22.
But my
Real
question
quick,
is
let
not.
me build up to it. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
The reason I wouldn't do this, I would do the opposite, is because this would involve a formula for 21, a formula for 20, a formula for 19, all the way down to 0. Holy shit. The opposite of this would be 22, 23, 20. Only 3 formulas. So if I ask you instead, what's the probability that X is less than 3? What's less than 3? 0, 1, 2. I'm going to do that. It's only got 3. The opposite would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 24. So when am I going to do the 1 minus thing? When the opposite situation has less work. That's it. I don't want to do this question directly. Screw you, question. I don't want to do this shit. I don't want to do 21, 29, 28, all the way down to 0. I'd much rather do the probably X greater than or equal to 22 that only has 22, 23, 24. It's only got 3 things I got to do.
Are we allowed to put any of that formula on our sheet?
No, it's not a formula, it's an idea.
So the opposites of less than 22, I thought that it's just 23 and 24.
Definitely not. If I had a bunch of people, I said everybody who's over 21, go outside. And then I said everybody who's under 21, go outside. Is there anybody left in the room? Yes, 21-year-olds. Let me say it again. Over 21, go out. Under 21, go out. There's people left. So the opposite of something has to be everything else. So does this include 22? Less than 22, does that include 22? Less than 22 does not include, so the opposite better. Because if something in its opposite, they're supposed to cover everything. That's why I know it's 1 minus, because everything makes 1. Okay, bro. You guys all know my office hours, right? And I know some of you guys are like, dude, I've put up with you enough already. You want me to go sign up for some more time with you? That's fine. If that's true, you got other people to go talk to. You got videos you can watch. You got, if you aren't totally repulsed by me talking, you can watch my videos from the lectures. You can watch the videos from the other stats class I teach. It's the same topics, just maybe a different way. I don't know. Today's not me. Today's you guys. If you guys no questions, I'll just stare at you for a while. Yes. Yeah. Where? What? Yeah. You gave me no indication what the answer is supposed to be. Yeah. Feel about that as you will. You can get them right back. You can correct it, yes. It's a quiz, you can correct it. All right. Am I a little less of an asshole?
I got a question.
Yes.
So for the Z-score, like Okay, so 9%. What I did was I looked on the sheet.
Oh, yeah, this, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just wondering why it was in the middle. And why is it negative? So if you look at 0.09, you're not gonna get,
Yeah, that's what I'm
because that's the
saying.
area below. What's 0.09 is the area above this. What's the area below this?
Okay, so my thought process was I looked up this right here.
Yeah, but then that's on the wrong side. That's gonna be down here. That's why it came out negative. It would be down here, but this is, the chart only understands the areas below. So that's 9%, what's below it?
So would I have to do 1 minus that?
Yep, well, no, 1 minus 9%, 1 minus 0.09. There's 9% above it, what percent is below?
So
91%.
91.
Yeah,
So I'm looking for
because if you look up 0.09,
the area 91%.
you're finding this z-score. That's why it came out negative.
Okay.
But you know it's supposed to be above the mean, it should come out positive.
So I'm looking for the area of
0.91. Yeah. So you'll get positive 1.34. That's related to that shortcut we talked about before, yeah. No. You did this wrong. We should do these. That's all.
Yeah.
You gotta redo this.
Yeah. Okay, right. I thought
Two.
now,
Yeah. Yeah.
then I thought 37 right here, and then 44.
Yeah.
So would it be statistical to do that? That has to be the same for 7.
Yeah, so no, it wouldn't be, because it would fall in between.
So how should the answer look?
Say again, sorry?
How should the answer look?
Oh, you did, but you never said that. You sort of. So what's the answer? Negative 0.5. So you gotta actually, you wrote this statement down, but you never identified what the answer was.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it seems picky, but. Oh, well. Yep. So homework actually ends up being worth 5%. I wish I could make it 0%. I really do. Because it sucks. No, somebody does not do the homework, they suck on the test. Plus, they get worse because their homework average is 0. That seems mean to me, but.
The students that are like doing really well on the test but then don't turn it in.
So I don't say this
It's not me though.
too early in the semester, but I will never let homework fail a student. So if I calculate your grade not including homework and it's passing,
Yeah.
but including homework it's failing, you pass.
That probability is probably pretty low though. I doubt
Yeah.
it's turning in
Yeah.
anything.
But if you don't do the homework, it's like you're missing a third of the class. So I still don't like doing that, but you know, it's just the way it has to be. Yeah.
He told me what he did wrong.
For which one? At
He
least,
said
at
this
least
was
what?
just like a statement, but I have to put in z equals negative half.
That? At least 22?
I had to put in z
Yeah.
equals negative
So then you just do
just like a statement.
Yeah, you would do 22, 23, 24, and then you stop.
I'm gonna ask you if you accept it.
Yeah. Because this is really just 1 minus that. Yeah, so if I just ask you that, you can just do it. There's only 3 calculations to answer it directly.
Would you accept this for once?
That sounds familiar. So 0.57. Yep. Okay.
Do you have a staple? Do you have a
Statement.
Yeah.
You got batteries too. You need batteries?
You want to get sorry? You can always correct it even if it's 99. You can get that point.
Jeff, I messed up your tripod, so.
Oh, that's all right. That'll be a neat part of the